Joining me now is Democratic Congressman from Illinois, Krishnamoorthi. We talk a lot, but we don't always mention this. He was born in India. His parents brought him to the United States when he was an infant. You are one of about 5% of members of the House and Senate who were born overseas. Many of them were born of American parents serving on bases or elsewhere. I have to ask you, Congressman, have you faced the go back to where you came from thing from anyone?
Yeah, I did, especially on schoolyards, sometimes in a fit of road rage. But to see that kind of taunt elevate to a presidential Twitter feed or from the president's own mouth is really shocking. And it's quite frankly, it's painful for a lot of people because it brings up bad memories, and it also reminds people that children today are going to be hearing these taunts more and more, as well as other adults.
I heard from somebody yesterday who said people who come to this country have been protected by this country. They should at least show some gratitude to the country, even if they're going to be critical. How do you evaluate that?
No, the First Amendment applies to everybody, and you should be able to criticize your government, criticize whatever you want, and you don't have to show gratitude for being here. And certainly if you do engage in that criticism, neither the president nor anybody should be able to say, go back where you came from. That is racism, pure and simple. If you disagree with someone, you have that right. But telling them to go back where they come from is beyond the pale. So
the president, it's been pointed out several times that he told these 4 women to go back, one of whom was not born in America, 3 of them were native born. But that's sort of beside the point, right? The error, relevant or not, is not the point. The Atlantic talks about this from a perspective of white nationalism and says when Trump told these women to go back, he was not making a factual claim about where they were born. He was stating his ideological belief that American citizenship is fundamentally racial, and that only white people can truly be citizens, that people of color, immigrants in particular, are only conditionally American. This is a cornerstone of white nationalism and one of the president's few closely held ideological beliefs. It's a moral conviction, not a statement of fact. That might be an interesting way to think about this.
Absolutely. And, what the president says matters. Just today we just got a report of a gas station attendant in Naperville, Illinois, which is in the Chicago area, which is where I represent, telling a Latino immigrant customer who came into that gas station that, quote unquote, you're in the wrong country. Now, this person, of course, is a citizen of America, just like others who've been told to go back where they come from. But this is the type of language that the president propels and normalizes, and it's absolutely unacceptable.
Krishnamoorthi, what do you do about this?
Well, I think you do a couple things. One, you stand up against that type of language, just as we did last night. I was glad there were 4 Republicans and 1 independent who voted with us. I was so disappointed that numerous other Republicans cowered in the face of Donald Trump's political power in their party and basically avoided confronting this racist language that the president uttered. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is we have to reaffirm each other. We have to reaffirm our identity as Americans, that we are more than an ethnicity or, we are more than a bloodline. We are a collection of people who believe in ideals that animate our country and make it exceptional. And that is what we need to do today more than ever, and we need to do it for our children more than ever.
Representative Krishnamoorthi, good to talk to you again, sir. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.